Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome, welcome. Can you believe Christmas is gone and New Year is just around the corner? And I don't know about everyone here, but for me, it feels like all that crazy rush before the Christmas is kind of slowing down. It's a bit calmer. So, I guess preparing for the new year. But today we'll not talk about goals and resolutions. We'll talk about something else. We'll talk about making space for the goals and resolutions, right? Cleaning up a bit. So, because before we start building something, you need to have space, right? And I'm not necessarily talking about cleaning the house. Also, hey, if you want to throw stuff out, maybe not the time. But today we'll talk about a bit about mentally, emotionally, how to prepare to start the new year, maybe enforce and kind of clean up, maybe reflect a bit. And as always, I'm not alone. I have 6 amazing ladies here this morning, my morning, their afternoon, some of them. So thank you for being here with me. And let's do a quick round of intro before we go into cleaning mode. And as always, I'm your host, Dana, coming live from Ontario, Canada. I'm originally from Romania, but been living here for over 25 years with my family. By profession, I'm an IT manager. I still have my full-time job. But for almost 2 years now, I started my online and digital. We keep saying that. My online business. Same like everyone here. And that's what we'll talk today and in all these lives usually about how this business changed our lives, how it can change other people's life, and to give everyone watching us some tips, some maybe more information about what this business is about. So stick around and stay until the end, and please put in the comments where you are watching us from. As you can see, we are global from around the world. And today we have a lot of Canadians, but we'd like to see which part of the world you are watching us from. Now, enough of me talking. Let's hear the ladies here. So, Elena, good morning. Good to see you again. Do you want to do a quick intro, please?
Buongiorno a tutti. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Dana. My name is Elena. I'm here in Ontario, Canada. I am a daughter, wife, a mom, a nana of 2 beautiful boys. And I am a digital business owner, and I'm a part-time bookkeeper. Buongiorno a tutti, io mi chiamo Elena, sono qui in Ontario, sono un'attività digitale e anche una contabilità semi-privata. Allora io aiuto a tutti per questa attività digitale, business online che voi volete trovare, che avete tempo per tutta la famiglia. Ciao. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Elena. Azina, good morning. Good to see you again. I think we didn't see you in a while, so kind of a new face to our lives. So welcome.
Good morning. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead. Pardon me?
I said Azina, but if Tina, if you want to jump in.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, it's fine. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Ain't me báwo ni o ṣe wà? Shewa. Hello, everyone. My name is Azinat. I'm a mom of 3, originally from Canada, Saskatchewan. And I'm so excited to be back here. And also, thank you all for having me. And I'm so excited to meet every one of you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, stay tuned because we are rebooting this 2026. We have like 6 days to 2026, and I want you guys to stay tuned, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and watch us. Yeah, thank you. Back to Dana.
You'll have to teach us that song because it's kind of catchy, but you'll have to teach us the words to maybe have a hard time. Grace, good morning. Good to see you. Grace.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you, Dana, for giving us this wonderful opportunity. I think the network is kind of laggy a little bit. I'm sorry about that. And my name is Grace, and I'm originally from India, but right now living in Canada with my husband and 2 kids. And I'm a full-time business owner, and I'm really associated with this amazing group. And we come live almost every weekend. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And नमस्ते सभी को मेरा प्यार भरा। मेरा नाम ग्रेस है, मैं कनाडा में हूँ अपनी फैमिली के साथ और एक सक्सेसफुल ऑनलाइन बिजनेस ओनर हूँ। तो आप इसे अटेंड कीजिए और वॉच कीजिए हमारा लाइव। थैंक यू डैना, बैक टू यू।
Thank you, Grace. And now going short trip to Spain. Good afternoon, Rita. Good to see you again.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Ms. Dana. Good afternoon, everyone. Beautiful business partners all over the world. Well, my name is Rita. I'm a mom to a beautiful daughter, a Nigerian from Benin City, Edo State, but I'm based in Spain. I'm a telephone banking agent and a proud online business owner. Buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes. De donde nos estén viendo. Me llamo Rita, soy nigeriana y llevo bastantes años en España. Pues estamos aquí para ofreceros una gran oportunidad online. Oba bobo we bota kenwari ya jamie ne kokere iye nokbia amogwa oteme nokbia. Mabere diane o no ameke na ewege a business na a real people mahi yeni maya time na every weekend imana redia na wa taking wari but what total you wani wa make na en mahi agwa a new year no dena. You only want what to turn one making up again and don't go, we'll be here. Just stay with us. Thank you so much, Miss Dana. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rita. And now Miss Tina was excited to talk earlier. Hey, excited to see you. Good morning.
I heard you say Azinat's name, and so I heard the and I'm like, oh, that must have been me. I'm like, I missed my cue. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Tina. I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, a full-time public servant and full-time digital business owner. Bonjour, hi.
Hello. And last but not least, Echo, good morning. Good to see you again.
Yes, thank you so much, Lena, for inviting me back. So, Mayong Bunta, good morning. Mako here, originally from Cebu, Philippines. So, Mayong Buntag, Mayong Udto, Mayong Hapon, Mayong Gabi to all my fellow Bisaya. And I am child of God, mom of three. I am a full-time public servant as well, and of course, doing this digital business on the side. So, back to you, Dana.
Thank you, Micah. And thank you again, everyone, for being here on your Sunday morning, afternoon. And let's, for those watching us, and maybe if you are for the first time, welcome. If you watch us before, but you are still wondering, what is this online business? What these ladies are talking about? What do we do on this business? What we do, we help people launch their own online businesses, right? All of us use the same proven system. It's like an online franchise that gives you everything that you need, the trainings, the tool, the support, but you still maintain your full control. You are your own boss. You have your own business. Depends on which part of the world you decide how you register your business. So you have full control, but you have everything you need, all the support. And this is why and how so many people, regardless of what your skill set is, your age, location, you can see we are all coming from different parts of the world, different backgrounds. We are all able to do this business because you have everything that you need, right? You get the automation, you get very advanced marketing training, mindset training, a lot of different type of training, live training. You will get access to some high quality products to make the process very simple. But as you can see, we are not really promoting. You don't have to sell products. We are talking about the business because through the business, the products are amazing. The business model is the one who's really changing lives. And that's why we are not selling. You don't have inventory involved. You just run the business through social media. So as long as you have an internet connection and a phone or a laptop, you can have your business running. And just sharing, like we do here, what this business done for you, what this business had done for other people, and how can inspire others who are looking for a change, but you are not sure where to start, right? And beyond the tools, what I think it's really the power of this business is the community. You'll get a mentor, you'll get a coach, but most of important, you'll get to be part of this amazing community where it's a very active community. We have daily meetings, weekly masterminds, grouped by background, age, whatever you want. You'll create your own private group and get your crowd of people and have fun while earning online and growing also, right? So we are real people. As you can see, none of us been here CEOs before, but through the system and through the support of the community, we are able to do it every day and also enjoy it. If you can believe it, we are working right now. So if that's hard work, I don't know what that is. But let's talk about now a bit about how we can, for those of you watching us and not sure of, where do I get time to have a business, right? I already have my full-time job, I have family, I have kids, I have who knows what, older parents, younger, right? I don't have time to start a business right now. And that's okay. We all been there. We all said that at some point. But also, you need to realize that you can do it with the right system. And you don't have to believe in us or in the system. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. And that's what we'll talk today a bit about how to make space in your head for a business, right? How to realize that you need to take a breath, take a step back, and think of what you want to change in your life. And if you are here listening to us, it's not by accident. You are here for a reason. And that reason is that you are looking for something. And we have this amazing something for you that you can do it. And we'll talk today about how you can do it and how you can make space about in your mind, in your life for a business. Elena, I know you are a grandma. You also have older parents. So and you are still part-time working and you have a business. How do you make time for all of this? And how do you reset when you feel like it's overwhelming everything else that you have? Share with us.
Thank you, Dana. It takes a little bit of strategy, of course, but when that shows up, I take a pause and, I stop pushing and give myself permission, to be still for a minute and just think, what direction am I in? Even though sometimes multiple thoughts come through my mind as I'm doing that, right? Because I probably head out to the car and then on the way there, I stop, the dishes need to be put away. We all got that feeling, right? But when that sets in, I catch myself. I've noticed, I've made a note of that I have to stop and just think of what my direction was. Is really like tunnel vision, basically, right? I step away from the noise in social media. Sometimes I feel like that little overwhelm. It's just too much, whether it be the TV, online and stuff. And I just turn it off, meaning that I walk and go for a walk. I'll maybe try something different, read a book. Not that I really want to polish my silver, but that might be something. Just basically that, I get things out of my head too, and I write it on paper. So that to me works, making a list. And I don't harp on that list every day. It just gives me a guideline of what I need to do, because it's always like we think that we're going to remember, but we don't, because we always say, oh yeah, I must remember to, pick up milk, and I must remember to, pick up the laundry or whatever. But okay, maybe my age, I don't know, but we're all busy, and then we get caught up in the moment as well. I return to my simple grounds, my routine, and that's where I love to cook, and my gardening as well too. I also have another hobby where, I have to drive my sport car in the summertime, of course, not now in the winter. So that kind of like, have your hair fly in the wind kind of thing. That's good. Just even if I have to go around the block, I try to find some things like that. I also remind myself that not everything needs my attention right now. I am actually working on that constantly. It's always like I always say yes. And I've learned, and I've been also told by a very dear friend that it's okay to say no, right? And with kindness, of course. And and I also reconnect with prayer, gratitude, and just quiet reflection. Maybe sometimes I do some journaling, but I also reflect back to my favorite book, The Magic. If anybody's ever read it, I sometimes just flip through it, open the page, and I read a verse, and that helps me. I also narrow my focus on what truly matters today, even though my list might be yay long. And of course, dealing with aging parents, I work around that schedule as well because that changes quite often. And I've also, I do rest without guilt because I can feel that, I'm drained, and I just take, even if it is, I'll take my cup of tea and just sit down. If I'm in a mall or something, I will sit down. It's not more of that marathon running to get my errands done. And then finally, you know what? I do talk to myself with kindness, and I release those expectations, that whatever doesn't serve me anymore, it is what it is. And I also say to myself that, I've done the best that I can today. No one's chasing me, right? And you know what? I love my famous quote is from Scarlett O'Hara. After all, tomorrow's another day. Thanks, Dana.
Woo-hoo. What a nice way to end this. Thank you, Elena. Yes, give yourself permission to slow down, right? To release, to breathe. And we always said, right, it's good to start something, to do something today and not postpone. Sometimes it's good to also slow down, take a break. And, tomorrow is another day, definitely. And although we say, right, there is nothing guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. But we also, you don't want to burn out. It doesn't help anyone if you are, not able to help yourself and to help others. So take time to relax, and also more important, to realize when you need to slow down, because I think that's the problem. We say, yeah, I'll slow down when I have to. I don't have to right now. Sometimes it's the biggest effort is to realize that you need to slow down, and then the effort to actually slow down. And at the end of the year, I think it's a good time to slow down and do a bit of reflection of, how this year was, what you want to continue doing into next year, what you want maybe to drop, what new things you want to start. And Azina, if I ask you, thinking of how your year was, what this year teach you about, boundaries, limits? Share with us if you want.
Thank you so much for that question. So this year taught me that limits and boundaries are not sign of weakness in business. They are strategic tools for growth, clarity, and sustainability. At the beginning of the year, I believed that saying yes to every opportunity was the fastest way to grow. I thought availability meant commitment and overworking meant ambition. But as the month unfolded, I learned that a business without boundaries slowly drains creativity, focus, and even profitability. I realized that limits are what protect momentum, not slow it down. When I started this business, I found another digital business, and I was like, oh, I want to be making money from here. I want to be making money from there. So I jumped into the business without thinking twice. And as time goes by, I see that it was really draining me. I wasn't really focused well because I haven't even settled one yet. And I jumped to another business. So I was feeling drained. I wasn't even focused. I was like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do this. My brain was not even settled. So I learned that it takes one step at a time. You can't just jump into something I'm not done yet with this and I jump into another. It's okay to have different stream of income. Don't get me wrong, but you have to take it step by step. And I was into rushed and I jumped into it, and I won't lie, I regretted. And that business model wasn't for me. It wasn't like this, our digital business, to be honest. There wasn't good mentorship like this digital business. There was no guidance. There was nothing like that, like this digital business. And I felt so bad, but it's okay to make mistake. We can always correct our mistake. And at the beginning of the year, I believe saying yes to every opportunity was the fastest way to grow. I thought availability meant commitment and overworking meant ambition. Oh, I've read that part. One of the biggest lessons was understanding my capacity. Not every opportunity is a good opportunity. Even when money is involved, I learned that taking on too many projects at once lead to rushed execution, poor results, and burnout. Settling limits on how much work I accept at a time helped me deliver better quality, maintain consistency, and protect my reputation. In business, your name is your brand, and boundaries ensure that your brand remains strong. This year also taught me the importance of time boundaries. Time is the most valuable business asset, and yet it's often the most abused. I learned to stop responding to messages at all hours. That is why our business is automated. Yes, 10% of the work, we are the ones doing it, and 90% is the system. The system runs that for us. And on schedule emergency weren't mine to control my day. Once I set work hours, respected me more, not less. So boundaries communicated professionalism. When you don't value your work, you attract people who won't value it either. I also learned about emotional boundaries in business. Not every opportunity deserve access to my decision-making process. Not every criticism requires a reaction. This year taught me to separate personal feelings from professional choices. I learned to listen to feedbacks without absorbing negativity and to walk away from that what drains me. I walk away from what drains me more. Protecting my emotional energy is essential for long-term leadership and vision. Another key lesson was learning when to stop. This year showed me that rest is a business strategy. Taking break, stepping back to evaluate, and knowing when to pause prevented costly mistakes. Boundaries around rest improve creativity, decision making, and resilience. I, a tired mind cannot be a can't even build a sustainable business if you are tired. That is why this business model is for everyone. You can do it. It doesn't matter your work schedule. It doesn't matter where you are. You can still run this business perfectly okay by by having your own boundaries. Finally, this year taught me that boundaries attract the right people. When I became clear about my standards, value, and limits, I naturally filtered out who to attract, collaborations, and relationship built on respect, clarity, and mutual growth. We are here to support you. You are not alone. We are here to guide you. Look at my amazing business partners. They are here we are here to support each other. We have groups. If you don't understand anything about this business, you can always you can always message anyone. It doesn't matter your language. It doesn't matter anywhere you are. You can still run this business and be fine. Boundaries didn't shrink my business, they redefined it. In summary, this year reshaped my understanding of limits and boundaries in business. They create focus, protect energy, and allow growth to happen intentionally rather than chaotically. Moving forward, I see boundaries as a form of self-respect and strategic leadership, essential tools for building business that lasts. Thank you so much. Back to Dana.
Thank you, Zinat. Yes, boundaries, right? We need boundaries. And we need to know when to say yes and when to say no, which is not easy. We all know, we try to do it everything. We have the shiny object syndrome, all of us, right? You see something, it's like, ooh, that's nice. I want to do that and that and that. And I totally agree with you. I'm like that. I feel like, oh, I can do them both. I can do 3 of them, 4 of them. And then you realize that, yes, maybe you can do all of them, but you are wasting a lot of times and you're not really focusing on what's more important for you, right? So do it one at a time. Have something that's stable there, that's kind of running by itself, and then you try something else, right? Because yeah, we all want multiple passive incomes, but don't start 5 at the same time. It may take you forever to make all 5 successful. So let's do it one at a time. But all this comes with realizing that, right? So going back to, you need to realize something in order to implement it. And you need to make that mental shift from, yeah, I can do it all, to no, I focus on what's important for me. So Grace, if I ask you, what talk or share with us about a mental shift that made the biggest difference for you this year?
Thank you, Dana, for asking me this question. The biggest difference, the mind shift that I felt this year is, not to compare my journey with others. Because sometimes what happens, like you start at the same time when someone else started, and then you start comparing your journey. You start thinking, oh, she's there, how come I'm not there? And that kind of a thing. So that was the biggest mind shift, that I stopped doing that, and I focus on my journey. And of course, when I see someone at that level, I learn from them, I get inspired from them, and I see what they're doing. So I try to learn from it, and I try to make changes in my own work, instead of comparing or whining or thinking, how come I didn't do this, how come I'm not there, how come this and that. So that is, I would say, my biggest mind shift was for this year. And that also taught me to be consistent, because if I do something today and for 1 week I don't do anything, and then I do something else again in my business, so that kind of a thing also taught me to be consistent. Even if it is for 1 hour a day, I would still do it every day, maybe post different things. Even sometimes, I'm feeling like down, then I would take a rest, and then I would come back and do it. So that was the biggest change, that not to compare my journey with others, and not to, and even like my mentees, whoever is there and whoever is talking to me, I tell the same thing to them, that there's no point in comparing your journey to someone else. Then rather than comparing, get inspired and know what they're doing, so that you can do the improvements in your own work. So that was, I would say, my biggest mind shift for this year. Thank you so much, Dana. Back to you.
Thank you, Grace. Oh, yes. That's another hard thing, I think, for us to do, other than the shiny syndrome with the social media and everyone is there showing the best of their life. It's like, oh, it's hard not to compare with, like, oh, look how good Grace is doing. Look, oh, I'm not doing so well. But we all know how the social media, you have to look through some lenses, right? And to also find what works for you, and what everyone is on their own journey, right? And some people are rushing to the destination. Some people like to take the nice spot, the nice view, the scenic view. So it's better to figure out what works for you, and enjoy your journey, because it's more important than rushing to the destination, is to really enjoy the way to the destination. We'll all get there, right? It's just, hey, why not have fun while you are traveling on this, when you are on this path. And then it will come with enjoying. I think you'll have a clear mind, and you'll be able to realize what works for you or not. If you need to do a detour, if you need, to speed up for a bit, but we'll all get there. It's just in our own time. And I know it's hard to not compare yourself, but put a bit of effort into that maybe. And Rita, talking about next year, we'll reset, we'll not compare myself, we'll do some mental shifts. Share with us, what does the reset mean to you? What are you looking for next year to reset and to do different maybe? Or maybe to do the same, I don't know.
Wow, what a great question, Ms. Dana. Thank you very much for this. Well, reset, I'm going to lay an example. Reset is like a computer. You have a computer and it's not working very well. So what you have to do is go to that, you see that startup button, you just click on it and then you say, I want to reset you. When you reset it, the system starts functioning well. Okay, so to me, reset is like you sitting down, thinking, check yourself from January till this time, this last day of the year. What exactly is not working well and what exactly is working well for me? Well, that is how I see reset in my legal understanding. So reset is checking the mistakes that you've made throughout the year, and then you want to amend them. So I am amending my own mistakes. For example, when I started this business, there are some questions that people will come into my inbox asking different things that does not have anything to do with my business. The way I reply to them is like, oh, it will scare them away. So I started thinking, once I'm into this business now, I started resetting. Every year I started thinking exactly what is wrong with my way of acting to people. This business is about you connecting with people. It's not just only you earning. It's about connection as well. So when you are connecting with people, people will connect back with you. The way you connect with them, that is how they will love you. You see, that is how I realized what our business is all about. So I sat down, I realized that, all of this is about connection. All of it is about networking. So if you are networking with people and people don't like the way you act, it will scare them away. I reset on that. I made a reset on that about myself, how I created an awareness about how I would treat people, that we attract people. We know these businesses are also about attraction, So the way I would create that attraction to them, we also allow them to come to me and talk to me and discuss about the business and all. So I've made that reset in my life. I've made a way that I don't want to scare people at all. I want people to come freely to me, because it's not only about earning money and trying to gain that 6 to 7 figures. You can earn that, of course, in this business, but I want to make a connection with people that we are one. Because if you are one, if your team is one, that is how you will see the biggest success in your business. So I've made that reset, and also I'm learning the way forward to this online business. What is the way forward? You understanding the step about this business, how you can create that, that environment that will make people to realize that they have a gold mine in this business. You don't just have to see it as a business. You have to take it so hard in your heart. You have to treat it like something in your life belongs to it. I've made that reset in this year. That whole thing is just running over and over. My business partners have said, be consistent, your mindset and all. But what about the main thing about this business? That is what I'm resetting on. And that is what I'm going to move forward to 2026. And by the special grace of God, we will surely get there. So that is how I do my own reset, Ms. Dana. I hope that helps. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing. Yes, you don't need to carry everything into new year, right? As you said at the beginning, yeah, the computer resets and it's still bringing all the information back, but we are not computers, we are humans. We can leave some things behind and we can try new things, right? That's the whole thing, to to kind of every year you can adjust, and you can do it any time of the year. But I guess end of the year it kind of feels more like appropriate to do that, right? And to leave some things behind, some things, start some new things, and whatever doesn't fit, whatever feels heavy, you can leave it out. Whatever you do out of habits, right? That's one of the hardest things, especially as we grow older or grow wiser, to unlearn some of the things and to realize that, I keep doing the same thing, and does it really help me? Well, not anymore. Maybe it helped me 20 years ago. Maybe even back then didn't help me much. So you're allowed to let it go, just even if you did it for 20 years, and start something new. And it's never too late to start something new. It's never too late to have that clarity and, do something that makes you feel lighter, makes you feel excited every morning when you wake up, and makes you, looking forward for the next day. It's not easy because it's a busy world, and it's a very visible world, right? Everyone is linked through social media, through internet. So you always feel like in this rush. So Tina, if I ask you to share with us, how do you protect your peace while still building a business in this crazy online world?
Yeah. Couldn't we have a whole panel discussion about this topic? You know what I've discovered in my almost 5 years, but it didn't really hit me until probably 2024. So I started in 21. It hit me in 24 that protecting my peace isn't a luxury, it's a strategy. My body was telling me stuff. My brain was telling me stuff. My business partners were telling me stuff. So I had to pay attention. So I chose to build with boundaries, alignment. These are just choices that I made for me. And I have to remind myself that growth doesn't have to be chaotic to be successful. But it's allowing me to, by protecting my peace, it's allowing me to show up consistently, creatively, and with integrity. Being more mindful and intentional with how I show up as well. These are things that you learn as you go, as you build a business, right? And without it, this business, any business really, is not worth building if you don't protect your peace. I don't chase growth at the expense of my peace any longer. I build in a way that feels aligned and true to who I am now. And peace is not a byproduct of success. It's a requirement for it. Thanks, Dana, for having me. It's been great to be here. Nice to see you. Hi, ladies.
Oh, I love it, right? And peace and clarity doesn't come from doing more, doing it all, right? It comes from creating that space, and then the success will come, right? So, yeah, maybe this time of the year, let's all do some rest, some reflection, and trust that you don't need to rush. But you need to be more intentional and to realize what you want to do and what serves you, and what you can let it go. And I think all of us kind of mentioned different strategies, different ways we try to do that. We are successful in doing that. I'm sure we can improve on that. All of us are still working, right? It's never a finished work of art. It's always a work in progress. So Michael, if I ask you to kind of wrap up this discussion for those people who are watching, if you could give one piece of advice for someone who still feels like, hey, I'm drained, it's end of the year, it's like, I don't have the mental power to reset even. What's one piece of advice that you would give to someone?
Oh my God. Thank you, Dana. And thank you, ladies, for such an amazing sharing. Like each one of you really shared something really significant, and it's so timely, right? So, like a few days before the new year, like I really like the reset, the pause, stop comparing yourself to others, setting boundaries. And of course, Tina, like we need to protect our peace, right? But I've come to realize that when you're mentally drained, uh, most of us, like we might unconsciously feel that, we feel mentally drained, not because we're weak, no, but because we've been constantly on, right? Like 24/7, constantly on. We're juggling work, our family, responsibilities, expectation, both personal, our career, and even in our business, right? And our minds rarely get a real, like, break, like maybe just a few seconds of turning off, right? So over time, that mental load catches up on us, right? And, we are career moms, right? Most of us have our full time career as well, our family, professions, and our business, and we're used to putting ourselves last. And I'm guilty of that. And then we keep on pushing through, even when our tank is like already empty. And we think we really need to do more and more and more when we really need to slow down. And that's why, to sum it up, like my advice is really when you feel mentally drained is really not to push yourself harder, but to really pause, like a big pause. Most of the time, we are not behind. We're afraid that, oh, I'm behind. I'm failing. If I pause, I will fail, right? But actually, you're just tired, like mentally, physically tired, and you don't need to you don't need all your maybe a full plan right now, but just pause. Like it's end of the year, almost end of the year. You need space to like really breathe so your mind can settle again and have that clarity, so you'll have fresh mind in the new year, right? And really have that clarity to focus on what you really need to prioritize next year, right? I've learned that clarity, it doesn't come from pressuring yourself. You know, uh, when I pause, I pray, and maybe just sit still, by yourself in the stillness of the night, like when everybody, the rest of the family is asleep. I'm reminded that I don't have to carry everything on my own. So if you're feeling really, really empty, you're drained, remember this, that you're not behind. You don't need to really, push harder. You are tired. Pause and breathe first. Take care of yourself first before you take care of others. So back to you, Dana.
Oh, yes. Put your oxygen mask first and then put it to the others, right? Everyone remembers that. And yes, and actually, I think it's much easier to do that if you have the right support system, right? And that's what this business is, something that it brought me that I didn't expect, right? We all started the business for some extra income, and then you realize that you get to be part of a community that, yeah, they help you with the business. They answer any questions you have. They are all of them, business-minded people who want a change in their life. But also, as you see, all of us here, right, are people who realize that you need to pause in order not to stop totally, right? You need to reset and take it easy. So if you want a group of people that are there to remind you when to reset, to remind you when to keep pushing, to stay consistent, and to support you, and also to have fun with them and feel it all much easier and don't have to do it all, then yes, reach out to any of us. We are here to support you, to guide you. We have free info sessions. It doesn't cost you anything. You can learn more about this business, how we are doing it, why we are here, why we keep talking about this business. We are here to answer any questions you have. So thank you all for being here with us, for listening, for giving your thoughts, and for giving yourself a moment to reset. We'll see you all in the new year, hopefully lighter, clearer, ready to start the new year. So take a pause and let's all start the new year, with a more clear mind, right? Thank you all again, and Happy New Year.
Happy New
Bye
Year.
bye.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Bon